Hey honeys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome here if you're new. My name is Tracy, and in today's video I'm going to be introducing you guys to a new series here on my channel that I want to be doing. It's going to be my self-care series. I haven't come up with like a cute name for it yet, but I'm going to be doing a self-care series where I give you guys all the tea and all the info, the 411 on what I do to give myself show myself a little bit of TLC during the week, and just when I need to get my life together, you know, when you're like feeling drained and like and you just need to get back into the swing of things. I start with like, you know, showing myself some love, showing myself some self-care, you know, just to get myself back to me. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys not one but two recipes for at-home exfoliator, and you better stay tuned because I swear to you, you can use this on anything. I use it on my legs, I use it on my arms, I use it on my underarms, I use it on my whole body, honestly, because like you can have dead skin literally anywhere. You have skin anywhere, so you have dead skin anywhere. And I use it on my punani. I'll show you guys which one I use on my punani because I have not tried the second one on my punani, but like the first one, I promise you it will change your life. But get like, yep, let's get straight into it. Okay, so for the first recipe, all you guys are gonna need is lemon. I have my lemon juice here. This is the Lakewood Organic Pure Lemon Juice. Then I have some honey. We keep our honey in this little container. It's really cute. This is the honeycomb that's supposed to go inside, but we just love the aesthetic and how it looks. So we just leave it like this because it's cute as fuck, and it still works just the same, you know? And lastly, for this recipe, you're going to need sugar, okay? And of course, you're gonna need measuring cups, or you can eyeball it because like usually I eyeball it because at home I don't have measuring cups like this. So I used to actually eyeball it, but I'm gonna give you guys some exact measurements to kind of go off of so that you guys can kind of get an idea on what's the best way to move forward, okay? So for the first one, what you want to do is you want to get your sugar. I'm going to get half a cup. I usually start with half a cup, and you'll see that in all of these recipes because I just want to make sure that I get the right consistency. Oh, and also, one more thing you guys are going to need is a mason jar. I have two mason jars here, obviously, because I have two recipes. But yeah, and I also recommend making two at a time because if you are going to be using this like frequently, and I say like I would like exfoliate my legs like when I shower, like when I shave, and then like I'll use it like maybe once or twice more in the week just because I like my skin to be soft, especially when I'm going to bed. You know, like I just like to have a vibe when I'm going to bed, so I like to make sure that I do my whole routine. My shower at night is extensive, so yeah. But first I'm gonna take half a cup of sugar right here, okay? Half a cup of sugar, and then I'm gonna pour it into here. Oop. Then I'm going to take my lemon, and I'm actually going to put in 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice because like I said, I like to start small and work my way up. So yeah, and that's a tip for when you guys are eyeballing it. I'm gonna take my lemon juice, my 1/4 cup. When you guys are eyeballing it, make sure it's looking proper. Like for the mason jar, now that I'm using this new mason jar, I know for the next time that I use approximately half of the mason jar of sugar in there, and then it's gonna look like this. This is what it's looking like so far. Okay, it's bubbling up a little bit. Okay then, now we're going to get a full tablespoon of honey. A full tablespoon, actually a full tablespoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of honey, I'm sorry. Yep, put my honey in there, making sure it's getting in there. We're gonna use 2 tablespoons of it. 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay, now you're gonna have something that looks a little bit like this, okay? Now I'm gonna take a spoon and I'm just gonna make sure I thoroughly mix everything together. This is when you're gonna see if it's coming out the correct way, because it should come up to a little bit of a lighter brown color because of the honey. I don't like my exfoliator to be so crumbly and so hard. I kind of like it to just have a good consistency. I actually might add a little bit more sugar because this is just a little bit too thin for me. But this is what I mean by when you're eyeballing it, this is what's gonna happen. You just have to know the proper consistency of what you want. And so what I'm doing is I'm just gonna take little random measurements, not random, but like the first time I used I think I used half a cup. Yeah, the first time I used half a cup of sugar, and now I'm gonna add 1/8 of sugar, 1/8 cup of sugar. So I'm adding a little bit more sugar into mine because I don't like the consistency of what it is currently. So be sure, don't be afraid to play around with the recipe, okay? Like honestly, I don't even have written down measurements. And like now I like this consistency a lot better. I'm looking at it, I see the grains of sugar in it, not too drowned in it, not too much lemon, not too much honey, none of that. I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar just to thicken up the consistency a little bit, okay? And so now this is at the consistency that I like. I mainly just added sugar, and you want it to have this kind of like droopy kind of consistency. This one is like good for any area, all sensitive areas, and anything that you'd like to exfoliate, except for your face. I have not used it for your face. I would not recommend using it for your face. I'm not an esthetician. I'm not telling you to put it on your face. If you try it, put a comment down below and tell us how it is. But I have never put it on my face personally. And so I'll be right back and I'll show you guys recipe number 2. Now that I showed you guys the first recipe, the second recipe has brown sugar, coconut oil, and we're gonna be using lemon juice. And I mean not lemon juice, honey. We're gonna be using honey again. Half cup of brown sugar. Like I told you guys, I mainly eyeballed it, but I like to start off small and like work my way up. And because I know I kind of wanted to like fill most of this, I'm gonna use something smaller, you know? And next I'm gonna get some coconut oil. So I have the cold pressed extra virgin unrefined coconut oil. I got this from Walgreens, but whatever you have will work. And I'm gonna get 1/8 cup of the coconut oil. And for this recipe, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of honey again. You're gonna have something that looks a little bit like this with the oil, the honey, and the sugar. And just like before, we're gonna take a spoon and we're gonna mix it. This one is a little bit more harsher, so I would stick to using this on like your legs, underarms, and your arms and things like that. Not any like private areas, just because I feel like you don't want anything too harsh to be on there. And that's why I don't like the consistency of this one to be too crumbly and too thick like this, because I like to use it everywhere. And if this one has a thick consistency, too thick that you don't like the consistency, you can add a little bit more of the coconut oil, and that should help thin it out a little bit. This one you're gonna need to mix for a little bit just because of the consistency of all 3 of them. You wanna make sure that it's really in there and mixed all the way in. But it gives you this dark brown color. And yeah, I want it to be a little bit thinner, so I gotta really mix in the coconut oil more. Okay, now I've mixed it to what I like, but I see that there's a lot of extra coconut oil all around, kind of pooling the top. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little bit more sugar, just a little bit, to go ahead and go in there. I'm not even gonna put it in like in a cup or in a measuring cup or anything like that. I'm just gonna eyeball it a little bit. I don't want too much. Okay, and after you finish mixing it all up together and you kind of get this kind of consistency, you guys are all done. And now, like I said before, I use this one mainly on my legs or my arms and my underarms, and this one I can pretty much use anywhere except for my face. And there you have it. Those are my 2 at-home exfoliators DIY. I love using them. I have been using them actually all of quarantine, and they have made such a difference in how soft my skin feels, removing all the dead skin and everything like that. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are gonna enjoy this series, make sure you guys leave a comment down below and a thumbs up on this video, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to put on your post notifications to be notified every single time I post a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.